So this is generally at every house, there's a box like this. This is the water meter that supplies water to the house. And inside of here is a meter that the city uses to, careful. That's interesting. So that's not supposed to be full of soil like that. So that's unusual. A lot of times these get filled up with a gopher. It's like depositing soil in there like that. So that's pretty unusual. And the fact that soil is kind of wet is also indicative of an issue. Maybe there might be a leak there. But the city doesn't even go. This is how they bill you, is they look at the meter, and this thing right here is an electric or a radio, and they don't even have to go look inside the meter box anymore, and they can tell how many gallons of water your house has used. So let me so that's just full of dirt. I gotta dig that out. In fact, do you mind digging that out? No, dig that out for me, and I'm gonna go finish this video over here by the house. But basically that's let's shovel all in there. So that's basically that's the water meter that supplies water to the house. This one here is usually gas or something like that. But this one actually says water right on it. You can read that. So that's the water meter. Okay. Usually, if you walk over to the house, and there's the valves. So that is the main water supply to the house, and the irrigation valves are generally like right next to it. The interesting thing about this house is generally those water meter boxes are directly out at the street. So I would really actually expect that valve box to be right here, but it's not, and it's way over there. But from that box, there's a pipe in the ground, and it probably goes at an angle here, and then straightens out right here to go straight to this water supply valve here. Okay? And this bigger pipe right here is the supply to the whole house. So if you throw this lever, that turns off water to the entire house. Okay? If there's a problem with one of these valves leaking, and you did not have this, you would have to cut off supply to this pipe and to the house at the same time, because you don't have this. But because you have this one, you can shut this one off, and that cuts off water that's supplying the valves. Okay? So people that don't have this cutoff valve have to turn off the water to the whole house, or turn off the water at the valve box. So it's not unusual that I get inside this box here and find that it's full, and it's usually because some rodent has filled up the box. This was just a great place for him to deposit all this soil. It's usually should be maintained, it should be empty. So we'll just wait a minute here, and he's almost got the valve exposed. Now the homeowner here just told me that they be careful with that wire, because that wire talks to the valve, and it talks to that lid right there too. So the homeowner just told me that the city came by and put all brand new water meters and these water meter boxes. So maybe when they were putting in the box, maybe the guy, you know, he probably put this one in next to it. He might have just thrown dirt from one box to the other. But I've also seen lots of gophers like deposit water in there. That's good enough for the time being for this video. But so on this valve here, is the meter. And so if there was any water running at all, if it was leaking at all, this number would change. A lot of them have a little triangle here, you know, somewhere on it. This one does not have it. So, but it's also, this is the white versus the black. This is the decimal point. So if there was even the slightest little bit of water, that looks like 1/10 of a, well, actually, so this is tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and 10,000ths of a gallon. So if 1/10,000th of a gallon were moving through this pipe, this last digit would be turning. So that's probably why they don't have the little triangular thing moving on this one. So if I were to go turn on, here, hold this for just a moment, and I'll turn on, I'm gonna go turn on the garden hose just to create, I'm gonna create a leak. And you'll see these digits. I'm not even gonna turn the garden hose on fully. I'm just gonna barely crack it, and that thing will start spinning like crazy.
Yep.
Still moving like crazy, huh?
Still moving.
Moving like crazy there, right?
Yeah.
Turn it off. Stop spinning, right?
Yes.
Okay. So come follow me here. So one of the ways you diagnose whether or not you have a leak at the sprinkler system versus all the plumbing under the house is when they have these levers. So for instance, if I threw this, if it were leaking at the valve up there, and I threw this lever and it stopped spinning up there, that would mean the plumbing underneath the house is what's leaking. Right? Now, and if I throw this lever and it stops, then it's not the plumbing, it's the sprinklers that are leaking. 90% of the time it's the sprinklers leaking, and it's usually one of these valves. It's just like the valve seat is not fully seated. So that's having these is really makes it easier to diagnose whether it's the plumbing under the house versus the sprinkler system.